Alrighty, welcome to lesson 3. This is a Scrapebox 3 lesson with Scrapebox Training Elite. Now, lesson 3 we're going to be looking at how we find the blogs with which Scrapebox can mass comment on. And we've covered proxies, we've covered keywords, now we're up to URL harvesting. So that's in the top right hand corner. Now, I discussed last time that the keywords we have are the keywords that we're going to use to find related blogs to. So if you've got a specific niche, let's just say you like selling pink teaspoons, then you'll look for keywords related to your niche. Down here though, this is the imperative related part to URL harvesting. And what we're going to do is, when we hit start harvesting, we're going to have selected the search engines with which we will look for URLs for. And the result of 1,000 here means that for every single keyword, we're going to look for 1,000 results, or Scrapebox is going to look for 1,000 results. So the max we can use is unfortunately only 1,000, so ideally we could use more. So you should always have it set to your max if you're going for a big harvesting session. And using our 147 keywords, ideally we'll come out with many blogs. Now, the important thing to remember is that many of these blogs will be highly similar. They will be duplicate blogs, and you never want to comment on a duplicate blog because obviously, the same website being posted under a similar comment is going to look rather nasty. It's going to look like spam, and you want to avoid that. So the two things we need to know here is that we can select all 4 blogs with which we will scrape from. Now, this can be helpful, but for the most part, these search engines should have mostly the same blogs or websites in general ranked similarly. A very good website will be ranked up high, and a very poor website will be ranked down low. So for the most part, you will find the similar blogs on all 4 search engines. So doing so can maximize what you can find, but for the purposes of this, I'm only going to search from Google, which is the best. And then we always want to use proxies. Now the next thing is that once we've set our target for harvesting down here, we go up to the top. Now what are we going to look for? We're going to look for WordPress blogs, movable type blogs, or blog engine blogs. Now I'm going to select WordPress blogs because that's often the most common type of blog. And so what Scrapebox is going to do is, instead of just finding any random blog related to these keywords, it's going to find all WordPress blogs related to this keyword. And it does that for a specific reason, and that's because each of these blogs has a certain design in their own kind of blog format. So you want to have a big list of the same formatted blog with which Scrapebox can work on. And so we're going to select WordPress blogs because that's going to be the most common. Now, because I've got a lot of keywords down here, what I might do is I might put this down to 10 results instead of 1,000 for each keyword. And once I've chosen my type of blog, I've set my results, and I've chosen my search engine, then I can hit start harvesting. And so I might do that now. And then we can see on the next screen the important information. So we're only working with Google, so the top line should be the only one working. Our results, or how many websites we've found so far, is in this row, and the bandwidth which Scrapebox is using is in this row here. Now, I've run through gigs of bandwidth in days, so if you've got an internet provider, it's ideal that you have a high download limit or bandwidth. Ideally, you could have unlimited. So we're coming across here, and we're looking at our results so far, and this could take anywhere up to a couple of minutes to process. So what I might do is I might pause this, and then we'll come back when the process is completed. Alrighty, we're back. Now Scrapebox has finished its harvesting, and this was actually a very short session. Remember that I only did 10 URLs per keyword. We found 970 results, and 63% of them are duplicates, so they've been removed. So in the final end, we're looking in the top corner here where all our URLs are listed, and we have 360 URLs harvested. Now, this is where we filter things on the right hand side. We could filter through and remove duplicate domains, but Scrapebox has already done that for us. That's why it removed 63% of them before. So we've found 363 WordPress blogs which Scrapebox will automatically comment on for us, and it can actually do this very, very quickly. But there are a couple of other things we could do now with the harvesting. We could filter for page rank, and we could get rid of sites with a page rank lower than a certain amount. So this is really easy. But if you had lists of, say, 100,000 URLs, then filtering for page rank would take some time. But with 360 we could do that now. So what we might do is we might get the domain page rank of each of these websites. And Scrapebox is going to power through that now, and then I'll show you how we will filter that out when we're done. Alrighty, so Scrapebox is finished there. It only took, I think, 3 minutes. And now we have the page rank of all the websites listed next to them. So what we could do, if we wanted to, is we could sort by page rank, and we can see that we're starting at quite a high page rank and moving down to the lower page ranks. So we might say, okay, I want to only blog comment on URLs with a page rank greater than 3. So I'll go and delete all the URLs with a page rank less than 3. Right click, remove selected URLs from the list. Now I might want to check if they're indexed, which I'm not going to do. There's no need. If they've got a decent page rank, the chances are they are indexed. And then we could import or export from this list. So we could import URLs, and this would just involve, if we had another text list of save URLs, we could import that list. And what we could also do is we could export this URL list to another website. So to a text list where we could put it somewhere else and save it for future use. And that's what I generally do. So now we've got a list of 55 URLs that are page rank 3 or above. And this is quite a handy, quite a good list. So even if we got a 10% success rate in commenting, which we'll go through in the next lesson, we can get 15 backlinks. Now, I'll explain that in more detail on what you should expect from Scrapebox. But that's basically the end of harvesting. So, welcome back to next lesson. I hope to see you there. And what we're going to go through is absolutely the crux of Scrapebox. It is the most powerful part. It's what everything that Scrapebox is about, and it's basically the comment posting. There are other functions of Scrapebox, but this is the gold. So make sure you come back, and I look forward to putting you through the next lesson. Thanks for watching.